back. Hello folks. Taking a sippy sip of the water. It's another day playing Disco Elysium. It's a bit loud. Allow me to just adjust the volume a little bit there. You'll have to let me know if the balancing is working or not. Did I talk to both of these guys or just one? I can't remember and I'm not sure I care. But I do kind of want to wait an hour so that I can go and hang out with that guy. And then another few hours or another hour. And then I can go...
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I aid the citizens' militia on this fine day?
How may I aid the citizens' militia on this fine day? That's a good accent. I wanted to ask you about the Union again. Sure, officer. They are the good guys around here. What do you need? Are you a Union member? Oh, his cheeks turn red again. In many ways, yes. Like an honorary member, I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Everard, Edgar, and the older Debardiers all know me. In many ways? Oh, yes. So you're not an actual member? Not in the technical sense. His eyes fixed on the bulls in the crater. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Everard keeps me on the payroll, just for the little things. I've forgotten this guy's accent. He's like aristocratic French. Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a weather vane. Turns to where the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate the socialist rabble, but even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence, never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already. What are the little things you do for Everard? Writing work mostly. Oh, piss. Occasionally he needs something written and I happen to have a way with words, people say. What kind of things do you write for him? Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers about matinees and how things are and how they could be. Everard and I have these long talks where he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself. I do little things for Everard myself. Nothing wrong with that. That's just the way things work around here. No reason to feel bad about it. Thanks, that's all for now. Legendary rhetoric. To get that sandwich, which he's been apparently eating all day. Impressive. Either a huge sandwich or godlike patience. Either is incredibly enviable. I want to have a look at the fish market area some more. I know there's stuff past where I've gotten up to that I just haven't gone and looked at yet. Something about it intimidates me though. But I want to find this place where I'm supposed to be meeting someone later. This doesn't seem very boardwalky. Rust-eaten letters read Mazut. Looking back at you from the rust-coloured water. You. It's you! I'll have to use the mirror later and do another reference. The rear tyre of a motor carriage adorns these reeds. Oh, what's all this? Oh yeah. I will eat all the garbage. Kim won't stop me. He can, but he won't. He's too nice. Poor fool. I'm guessing this is the boardwalk area that I'm supposed to come to later. Feld Electrical. Recherche et développement. You see a once bright mural towering above you. The sign just peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away." Tomorrow is just a whisper away. Looks like tomorrow never came. Lieutenant raises the collar of his bomber jacket. Turn away. This game's so beautiful, man. This game is so beautiful. You don't know. Should I start prying things? Oh yeah. Prying things is great. I don't need to make rent anymore, so perhaps it's now evil for me to just steal people's money that they've hidden. But I want to do karaoke. I need money for karaoke. The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. It must have been like this for 40 years. Try to see inside. Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase. Lieutenant, can you make out what's inside? No. He shakes his head. The windows rattle in their frames. I won't even try. You know. He takes his glasses off. I had a partner once. They called him Eyes because he had to show me things. It's that bad. This partner of his, Eyes, things didn't end well. It saddens him to say his name. Don't even ask. He wouldn't answer. Maybe some other small talk? Can you still shoot though? Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I passed my shooting courses 7 out of 10. It's away from the roof to the inside. Someone must have worked hard to smash that plastic dome. Payphone. Could use it to call someone unless you're out of change. $10 and dial a random number. I get the feeling the number Harriet Dubois calls wouldn't be random. Calling, still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone. Someone picks up. Pierre? Is that you, Pierre? The voice is female and sounds about 100 years old. No, this is not Pierre. Do you have any news about Pierre? Who is he? He's my sister's grandson. He used to visit me as a lad. Fine young man. But who are you then? Salesman of some sort? Modern goods are rubbish, and I can't afford them anyhow. It's a shame what you did to our country. The woman moans and the phone lines howl in unison with her. I was just calling a random number and someone around with it. This is because we are bred to be leaders. I can hear the common or mixed background from your voice. I just so wanted it to be Pierre. Have a pleasant evening, prankster. Wow. We found a racist old lady. That wasn't quite what I expected. Winter, slow to let go of Revachol, reflects some more wet snow from above. The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-coloured sewage runoff. And to think, it seems as though it were already spring. How does it feel? You're warm in your hat and your coat. Like a well-equipped explorer, you comfortably survey the white landscape. What's in the west? More winding coastline lined with abandoned buildings, crumbling piers, salt water lapping at their dark piles, grey and red forgotten city blocks. What remains of the pre-revolutionary effort to gentrify the coast. And beyond that, the waters turn black. Coal City in the shadow of San Martin, a boom town, back when coal extracted from countless shafts in the city was needed to power Evshar. No more. The coal was supplanted by petroleum from the ocean floor and hydropower from the Esperance. Everything crumbled. These days, only the weakest remain in Coal City. The hopes of getting rich linger in the defunct shafts under their feet. What's there? Below the old mines, l'Ossuaire Municipal, Revachol's underground cemetery. Les Petits Rats brave the underground passageways, trying to get to Le Rayon. Les Petits Rats, children under 14. They go underground, looking for artifacts to sell to foreign museums, and for fabled relics. Their parents let them. They go deeper, deeper, after rubies, melchiorite, lapis lazuli, plunged from sapphire and Seoul during the time of the suzerain. In the burial chambers of the kings, grand old Philippe, Guillaume II, and even in the mausoleum of Philippe the Opulent. 2 kilometers underground in a winding shaft along whose walls mirrors have been placed so that daylight may eternally fall upon the richest of all the kings. The mausoleum contains untold quantities of gold, and that special, purest of the pure magenta cocaine favoured by Ravacholian royalty. Did someone say untold quantities of cocaine? Drop everything immediately and go looking for this hoard. Let's wipe the snow from the shoulder on that thought. Few petty rat return from the shafts, and even fewer find what they're looking for. A small child steps out of a black tunnel, with silver trinkets in her pockets. All around her, white snow on the extinguished coke furnaces, and on the weather-worn shacks where fathers beat their sons after drinking. The snow melts on your fingers, turning to water. What's in the east? The canal you crossed to get here, and beyond it, Martinez proper, the district the police forgot to police. There is laughter, lights, attempts at entrepreneurial activity, cynicism. Someone is scraping snow off their windshield. At the roundabout, amidst of which a statue of Philip III serves as a destination for grade school field trips and a fine perch for winter birds. And further, a fenced-off yard. There's a truck belonging to a logistics company parked next to the gate. Bright light from a building behind the fence reflects off its hood. Clean white light coming from the windows of a clean cube-shaped office building hidden amidst the ruins. A secret. What's in the north? The abandoned church. One of 2 remaining stave churches, which were collectively called Les Sept Sœurs. The other 6 sisters were destroyed during the Revolution. And further north, a serpentine strip of land weaving its way into the Martinez Inlet. Unfortunates on the run from the law, from themselves, sometimes hide out on nearby islets. Little dots in the ocean that are occasionally submerged when the tide is high and the weather foul. And on the islets, the remains of a camp on a jagged piece of rock. A tent, old dishes and cutlery, long since abandoned. A hermit crab scuttles among the debris, looking for a new shell. Further out, the lights burn bright on Resurrection, way beyond Martinez, a popular spa destination for ample-bodied Ozark kids with equally ample pockets. And on the other side of the inlet, then there's Ozark, but the snow falls too thick. You cannot see that far. Before that, before the curtains are drawn, the Bay of Revachol, vastness, great depth, over 1,200 meters at its deepest. Water, air, brinier than here. It is crisscrossed by huge cargo ships bearing company logos, Wild Pines, Sam, Maureen. And at the furthest reaches of the Bay of Revachol, the shadow of Coalition warship Archer on perpetual patrol duty, ready to unleash artillery fire if you were to rise up against the market. You shudder. Gonna have to have another drink. Shivers is wordy. What's in the south? The raised motorway, 881, separating Martinez from Jamrock. Vehicles whoosh past one another day and night, whilst those who reside in the labyrinthine alleyways beneath the motorway attempt to carry on with their lives in the snow and the slush. And south of the 881 is the Pox. The Pox was once a park, a place for reflection and recuperation for the patients of the old military hospital. In the 20s, it was used as a quarantine center during a measles outbreak that killed many children. Most everyone has avoided the hospital and surrounding park ever since. The Pox is completely wild now. Evergreen thickets covered in snow and industrial dust. Feral dogs and even wolves roaming in packs. The police try to keep the deepest corners cordoned off. But still, heavy drug users do slip through and hole up in the old military hospital, hoping to find something to get high on among the hastily abandoned supplies, or just to overdose in peace. Further south, a line of motor garages with armoured carapaces, hunched in the cold. A mechanic is hard at work, patching up bullet holes in the side of a Cooper 40. These are the garages of Precinct 41. Snow settles on the roof of the repurposed silk mill that serves as your station. Shivering RCM personnel hurry in and out of the main entrance. Around you, the snow continues to fall. To the west, the ocean swells. No, it was home. I want more. The stairs descend to central Jamrock. A man named Kuklov has a snow-covered stall there, in the market across the bridge. He sells kebab infested with fly larvae to your colleagues who believe eating it will make them immune to food poisoning. Snow falls on the utility district, the library, the florist, the Saramitzian restaurant that offers homemade wine, and also on the brothels and drug dens, and the chop shops and Semyaki. All this built around a lake that formed in a meteorite strike. In the center of this lake, there is a little ship. There are lights at the bottom of its hull. They are lights directed towards the seafloor, looking for something, like whiskers. For what? A chill comes over you, crawling down your back. The sand underneath your feet is wet. Somewhere in the south, tarpaulin flap in the wind. What's above? More coalition aerostatics. Occasionally lights flash as they maneuver through the falling snow. One large airship carries crates in its belly. What's below me? Layer upon layer of sand poisoned with industrial runoff. The storm drainage. Hidden bunkers. Rats scuttle. Tell me a secret of the sands, Wind. Someone stuffed a big old polar anorak into a concrete pipe under the boardwalk. It would keep you warm. You will probably never happen across it, but who knows? We should keep moving. Who knows when this snow will let up? A dead phone, a smashed receiver, someone hung up too hard. You can imagine why. Calls become terrible sometimes. A kick drum pulse. The music is coming from somewhere on the ice. You feel the shadow of a very large building fall on you. Man. Sign reads St. Brune 1147. Dusty pews in the shadows. Many seem to be missing. An altar shrouded in dark. Or something like that. It's too hard to tell. Full of holes. Could the posts hide treasure? Look inside. Damn. Mad fucking stacks of loot. We're Path of Exile now. Before you, a drawbridge. Can only be lowered from the other side. A school of fish huddle around a fence post and scatter into the dark. Must have taken a lot of patience to do this. Ah, one of those little stacks of stones. Painted with pastels. Somebody's trying to bring cheer into the world? Horrifying. Well, I'll talk to you in a minute. Looking at all your stuff first. Pile of Eternite. A pane of Eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Interfacing. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough. What is this? It looks like a makeshift bridge. Lieutenant Justice's collar against the cool breeze. Could be convenient. Let's leave it as it is. Tribalistic markings. I only have like 23 minutes. The frequency can't be that low. Asela? A cell? I'm going to go with a cell, but I'm not really sure about it. A cell. A shaggy looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, hello there. It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Should I give her the bum hat? Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party. Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat? Huh? I said you should have a hat on.
You?
So should you. I do. You don't have to do anything. Half light? What are you up to? I should, and I do.
I didn't notice that.
I didn't notice that. It's nice. You should wear one too if you play.
Look, man, fuck the hat.
Your pulse rises. What did you just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law. But I don't have any chance whatsoever of regaining authority in her eyes, not with the mods I have on that stat. Although, to be fair, I'm actually only at -1 from thoughts at the moment, so I don't have a ledger equipped. Is that kind of language?
Sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me.
There's a pained expression on her face. She'll answer your questions now. Okay. What's your name? God damn it, she didn't voice it. I have to just keep guessing. Asel. Asel. Her hair is dyed blonde with dark roots showing. There's a coarseness to her features, some masculinity below that timidness. And your surname? Why? I'm from the police, it's for the paperwork. Okay, well, it's Burger. You have little reason to doubt that's her real name, but she's not all that surprised by this cop show questioning, is she? What's that device you have there? This, she breathes on her freezing fingers, it's a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still. And the wires? Actually just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone. What's a contact microphone? A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice. Nice. You could maybe bug someone with it. Wiretapping. How does the thing work? It's the mic. I don't exactly know how. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The box said it only picks up structure-born sound, if you like technobabble. Where did you get it from? Same place I got the recorder from. The Palaceum. The Palaceum? Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? She forgets herself around. It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck. Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though. Sounds interesting. Who is this Arno guy? Oh yeah. She looks you over, assessing your age. Guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck, or really be a Palaceum going kind of person. I get down. I don't know what that means. I grind. I don't know what that means either. Nor do I, but I have concrete evidence that I rock, in the form of a wrecked tape player in a completely trashed hostel room. That's cool. She breathes on her fingers. Looks like she doesn't know what to say. You're right, time has deserted me. Oof. I paid a morale to say that. Worth. She looks at you oddly. Sucks, man. She squints her eyes for a second, trying to remember something. Then let's go of it. Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps? Actually, yes, I had some non-mic questions for you. What are you doing out here in the cold? Recording, I guess? And what is it you're recording exactly? I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell, not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound. Wait, what happened to the headphones? My boyfriend sold them. What for? I don't know, man. Just things, stuff you need for life. Everything checks out, sire. Well done, drama. You did your best. And what are these recordings for? The cracks, the footsteps. Musicians in the Palaceum use them for making music. They loop the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be like a music place anyway. She rubs her shoulders and looks around. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer. She looks at the recording device, the thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden. Take this, you're cold. The lieutenant begins to take off his jacket. No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck. It's okay. The lieutenant backs up, he throws you a glance. My hat? No. I need my hat. I should be wearing a different hat. I'll give her my hat. Item lost. Dick Mullen's hat. Damn. That was a harsh penalty. If I'd known, I'd have put the hobo hat on. Maybe I should have just dropped out of the conversation and then come back to it. I don't know. You said it's supposed to be a music place. What is? That. She nods towards the church. The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid, it's really not going to be a Palaceum, that's for sure. The boys? Yeah, Andrea and the guys. They're inside, in the tent. And why is that? Why are you freezing out here while the boys are inside? They've got too much stuff crammed in there. No room. Stuff like what? Music stuff mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. And there's piles of it. Why not just leave some of it outside so you don't have to freeze? That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold. I had some other questions. We're at this music place you've been planning in the church. It's supposed to become like a club for Hanatic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palisade. Except that, yeah, she looks at the old wooden church up on the poles. As a mean wind comes bellowing in, the 6-story structure lets out a doleful shriek. The floorboards are twisting, the shooting beams are slowly cracking like bones. Far east of the Golden Delta, beyond the industrial port, is a black patch of unlit coast with the smallest creatures on the ice. There will never be a club for Hanatic music, Edith. Not in a million years. What is Hanatic dance music? Secret task complete. What is Hanatic music? You know, Hanatic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments. Electronic instruments like synthesizers and tape consoles, microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that. You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness. That is what the future will look like, if it ever comes. I want to turn the church into a club. I know. She nods towards the sloping mass of wood on the coast and then shivers. It's not my idea. Andrew and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it. Hey, you two are cops. Yes, why do you ask? Okay, well, maybe you could talk to Andrew and the guys? Because there are some strange things going on in that church. If you're police, you should look into it, right? I'll talk to them. They're inside that thing there. She points to the tent. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else? Another question. I'm cutting into the time that I was supposed to be spending talking to that other guy. He seems surprisingly comfortable with being questioned. Why is that? Well, it's just questioning, right? You're questioning me, that's what cops do. Have you been questioned before? Once or twice, yeah. I'm sorry, I haven't had the Revachol experience they get east of the river. So, what trouble you got into with the police? The usual. I had a shitty run as a teenager. What's the usual? You know, drinking, fighting, getting into fights. The ugly stuff that happens when you move out of your parents' place at 13 in Faubourg. Interesting term. Time to glean some knowledge. I mean, what is in Faubourg? Is this a rhetorical question? No, I literally can't remember the most basic terms sometimes. Faubourg, not in Faubourg, is a massive banlieue south of General Quarter. It is the largest ghetto in Revachol, possibly the world. I've been through so many, like, what the fuck is the shape of the world things by now that I don't feel the need to pursue everyone in every conversation. And why did you have to move out when you were so young? My dad was a drunk. Plus, I guess I just wanted to drink too, you know? Kept my party on. Drinking, partying and disco music are bad for you. You should take me as a warning example. She nods very cautiously. Let's see if we can pick up the tape recorder. Easy. 5 and a 6. The device is still warm from her touch, heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo Omicron adorns its plastic yellow cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands. I'm sorry you have to sit here on the ice feeling miserable at your age, or at any age, in this weather, waiting for it to get dark. She looks at you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup. The people who built this world intended it to be better for you, but they failed. It is easy to live in their failure with this by your side. The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her. It's not a childish fantasy. It can be a real weapon against what's coming for you now. What is? Her shoulders shake a little. Nothing if you got this. Don't be scared. Okay, her teeth rattle. She takes the device from you and places it in her lap. I'll stick to it. Something changes between you two. She looks at you differently now as an equal, a fellow human being. So, thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer? Actually, that's it for now. I mean, to be fair, like, this guy could go for some therapy, even quite a lot of therapy, from a drug-addled teenager recording ice sounds to try and make whatever the fuck, well, electronic music, but we call it different in this world. Everything's got to be called different. It's Elysium, baby. Let's chug some magnesium. Yeah? This door has become noticeable. The door is closed for today. Time to put the kids to sleep. Wasn't the door closed for before as well, though? Oh, I'm confused there. Okay, so we've got an old abandoned church full of weird mysteries. Man, walking from one end of the world to the other sucks. I've got to steal that lady's boat. What's the one I had to go to? Number 28. It's like at the exact opposite end. And it's on the outside, if I recall. Like up here. As you'd expect. I mean, he was on the balcony. Curtains shift a little. Someone's watching from inside. Gotcha, mate. You're nicked. I wanted to talk to him, I didn't mean to talk to the door.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
Gendarmerie, you found me. I'm not going to be able to do his voice very well, but we'll do our best. The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile, avoiding another drag from his cigarette. His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like a diamond's. It feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood tonight. And his shirt is still unbuttoned. Hey. We got your hint. Found the key right under that stone. P. He replies, smiling. As he looks at you, something sparkles in his eyes.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
Are you here to make things right again? Honestly, I'm just trying not to screw anything up. Beautiful. A nearby street lamp casts shadows on his chin, drawing out the slender cheekbones. We get it, he's really pretty and...
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you, and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
By the way, I'm really digging the view here. That's why I chose this place. He looks away, his cigarette end glowing in the dark. Martinez is special, isn't it? Wait, suddenly you're digging things? The lieutenant whispers to you, shaking his head. Is it Friday tonight? It feels like Friday. Yeah, it does feel like the end of the week. Such gentle weather. Why would I want to meet your friend? Trust me, you do. Very well, I'll talk to him, but first I want to talk to you. I have so many questions. That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me. He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark and the neighbouring windows have lit up one by one. Downstairs a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into a bush. Besides, I've got to run. He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad. Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool and mysterious ever again. Run where? That was the wrong voice for composure. Oops. To the city. He gestures idly towards distant noise. It's a beautiful night. A man on high heels stumbles out of a basement club, music blasting over the entire district. It's chilly, and as the chemicals hit his nervous system, 1,000 shivers ripple through his body. And if you promise we'll talk again, it's important. Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words. It's laughter. We'll talk, the smoker assures you, brushing his hand through his hair. Just not tonight. Task complete. The smoker on the balcony. New task. Interview the Sunday friend. Take care, alright, he says with a disarming smile before slipping off into the night. And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him. There's something so different about him that I just can't put my finger on. Different, of course. How gay do we make Harry? A little bit gay. He has like an ex-wife, so like let's not erase the bisexuals more than strictly necessary. There's just something so mysterious about the way he talks and moves. Something so mysterious about the way he talks. The lieutenant squints his eyes, trying to hold back laughter. Very mysterious. Very. He's barely holding it together. It's all he can do to keep from bursting out in laughter. Come on, detective. Let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember? He nods the apartment door before you. I'm getting bullied. I also have a lot of experience points that I should put into things. It feels like for 6 points you should be able to level up a core attribute. Although I'd probably just end up putting it into intellect, which is actually a horrible idea. I guess I could just put them all into Inland Empire. Go crazy. But the game seems to support my point saving extremity. It wants you to be able to retry white checks by putting points into skills. A quarterly business magazine. An exquisite canopy bed made of metal. I think I'm going to have to look at everything and then call it a day for today. I know it's been a very short stream, but I'm quite tired. An old photo of the same apartment, dated year 1. Expensive men's perfume lingers in the air. Buckets of paint on layers of old newspapers. I know this is weird.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia. Citizens Militia. The man in business casual removes his cufflinks. You shouldn't be seeing him in an intimate setting. For some reason you feel this man is your superior. Superior? But he's not in the command chain. His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Villedron. I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stability on assignment from Sir Leclerc.
The Institute of Price Stability on assignment from...
I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I'm here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
No, first ask an innocuous personal question to get the interviewer off on the right foot. Yes, make it clear you're the one setting the terms here. Yeah, let's fuck with him. Who does he think he is, assisting you? Before we go on, I absolutely have to inquire about this wonderful canopy.
Oh yes, my friend has a great eye for these things. He refuses to tell me where it came from. It's a mystery. I believe they call this type of frame industrial. It's very comfy. That's really all I can tell you about it.
He forms a little rooftop with his fingers. Cold air sweeps in from the balcony. That didn't work at all. What was that? You're supposed to fuck with him, not compliment the decor. The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods you to proceed. Oof. Can I get through one more long conversation in this game? It's never locked me out before. If you actually witnessed the lynching. I'm sorry to say I did, officer. The man gives his solemn nod. Start from the beginning, if you don't mind. Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play. Lieutenant is already scribbling down notes. What do you mean, like in a play? It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remembered that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body, and then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead one by one. That's when I understood I should not be seeing this. Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Interesting. Who were they? Can you describe them? I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them, but they were very loud and very Martinez. He pauses, looking for the right wording. Let's just say that the labouring classes can get rather expressive with their profanities. How many of them were there? I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10? Maybe 8? What happened next? I went back inside. Yes, back inside. Keep yourself safe from the killing. Were you able to see anything from inside? Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man. Were they men, women? All men, I presume, but again I couldn't see very clearly. What ethnicity were they? I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 We did our best, and I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent. Areopagites? Pagites? What happened next? Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching. What do you mean nothing happened? They lynched a guy. Eventually their shouts died down, and that was all. There was no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything. Why didn't you call the RCM? You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances. I was simply in shock. I'm afraid I didn't have anything else to add. About what time was this all happening, approximately? This is going to be very confusing because these are quite similar voices. All I can say is that it was late. So let me get this straight. You didn't actually witness the hanging itself, did you? No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day. Those are all my questions. Thanks for your time. Well, of course, anything I can do to assist the RCM. I'm going to say that I've got all I need. A moment, officer. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave. Oh, come on. Hold on, why can't we talk later? It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen, and I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well. I'm not going anywhere, I just want to take a look around in this apartment. Sure, go ahead, it's a beautiful space. Let me know if you have any further questions. Okay, so if stability is ensured, progress will naturally follow. Like I said, I'm going to have to call it there for thieving. We'll continue the questioning of this guy and the looking at the apartment next time. Until then, everyone, good luck and have fun.